Okay, I have with me India Today's Kamaljeet Sandhu and Anisha Mathur live with me from the national capital on Unlock 1. The Prime Minister has appealed to the people of India to continue to follow all the guidelines. June 8th, Kamal, is going to be when Unlock 1 really kicks into gear. Many things that have been shut for 2 months are going to be opening. How are states configuring themselves for this, Kamal?
Well, several states, including Madhya Pradesh and Punjab, have announced a lockdown of their own. But it's the spirit of lockdown which has to be invoked at each and every individual and citizen of the country. Because as the Prime Minister was saying, this is something which is long-term. This is something which is not going away anytime soon. So this is going to be a new way of life. Post-COVID world is going to be much more different. And what we've seen is this is going to be a phase-wise unlocking. The first phase kicking off on June 8th, and this is when hotels, restaurants, religious places are going to all open up. The second phase is a significant phase because it involves children, adolescent, school-going children, college-going students. So that is going to be significant, and that is also being left up to the states. Now, the third phase, which is a crucial phase, which emphasizes on international travel and Delhi Metro, this is where the time frame has not been set. So it can kick off anytime after June 30th, or it will depend on the call taken by the states. But very clearly, India is unlocking at a time where COVID cases are spiking. So significantly, the need for economic activity is such that they assumed, and this is where rightly so, several quarters have talked about people losing jobs. There are people who have to earn livelihood, and that is why India has decided to open up, just like the rest of the world, in a phase-wise manner. But here, significantly, there is a word coming in from the Prime Minister of caution, wearing masks, a social distance, 2 gaj ki duri, 2 feet distance is something that is going to be very, very relevant in the coming days. And this is going to be a long-term impact, even in government offices and offices elsewhere, where people have been actually coming down in much lesser numbers. But eventually, once they come back to office, it is going to be all up to the cautions that they take. And eventually India is opening up.
You know, this opening up, Anisha, a lot of people are going to be very happy about it, but there's going to be a great deal of anxiety as well about whether this unlocking is going to bring a new wave of infections. Yes, the big message is we must learn to live with the virus. Many chief ministers like Arvind Kejriwal have also said that. But are there going to be newer guidelines, more specific guidelines, because unlocking is much more difficult than locking down?
Well, Shiv, if you heard the entire speech, a lot of the emphasis that the Prime Minister put was on already what people of India are doing. He's not so much as talked about a coming future as he has talked about the spirit of the people and how people have come forward to help, how self-help groups have come up, how people have done innovative ideas to ensure that even during the lockdown they can help people. He's talked about yoga, Ayurveda and their contribution to sort of helping with respiratory problems. He's talked about how the entire world is looking for a cure, and as Kamal was also discussing, a note of caution. What is also very interesting is that he is saying that he has said that we are also talking about the development of the entire migrant population, and that is something that the country has seen in the last several weeks, the huge problem of migrant workers in the country, and that is something that was flagged by the Prime Minister, saying that we are looking at the need to take steps, particularly showing the plight of the eastern states. What the Prime Minister has said, that skill mapping, startups, self-employment opportunities, making sure that economic activities are increased in the villages, at the village level, at the entire country is made self-reliant. That is a very important aspect that the Prime Minister has flagged. So while we may be looking at what the dangers of the lockdown relaxation may be, and that is what he's flagged as saying that we cannot stop being vigilant. We must ensure that things like wearing masks and hand sanitization goes on. He's also talking about trying to ensure that this huge migrant population problem that we've seen is also taken a look at. Back to you.
Anisha and Kamal, thank you very much for that. Unlock India is the big buzzword, and we need to look at that very, very closely. Unlock India will kick into action from the 8th of June when many of those factors will come into play, because as lockdown 4 comes to an end today, the centre has announced a slew of relaxations as India braces itself to unlock from 2 months of lockdown. In its directive last evening, the Home Ministry has allowed all activities outside containment zones to resume from the 1st of June in a phased manner. There will be no restrictions on interstate and intrastate movement of persons and goods. The Home Ministry has also revised the night curfew timings from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. instead of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. After issuing its guidelines, the Home Ministry has written to all states seeking feedback on reopening of schools and colleges in the second phase of the staggered exit from lockdown. States are also releasing their relaxation measures considering the number of coronavirus cases they have. I want to go straight across to India Today's Shalini Lobo in Chennai and Nolan Pinto in Bengaluru. Shalini, coming to you first. Take us through what relaxations. What is Tamil Nadu's unlock plan, Shalini?
Well, Shiv, this morning Tamil Nadu announced that the lockdown in the state would continue till June 30th. This is because Tamil Nadu has recorded over 21,000 cases, and with each passing day we're recording 800 to 900 cases. So the government thought it would be better to extend the lockdown, but yes, relaxations are in place. When you move outside Chennai, you will have private concerns. You can have IT sectors and industries work with 100% workforce. Of course, work from home is encouraged, and also there is an SOP that they have to follow. In Chennai, IT and private concerns can function with a 20% workforce, that is around 40 people inside their office. Salons, except in contained zones, will start functioning. Hotels, tea shops, eateries will start functioning from June 8th onwards with a 50% dine-in. Public transport will ply the roads once again. This will be government buses. However, they will not ply in Chennai, they will not ply in Kanchipuram, Chengalpet or Tiruvallur, because these 4 districts are the worst affected. And of course, your liquor stores in Chennai is still not going to open because Chennai records the most number of cases across districts.
Absolutely.
This is what is open and what is not in Tamil Nadu.
Okay, so that's a very comprehensive roundup by Shalini of what's Tamil Nadu's unlock and restart plan. Nolan, what about Karnataka? Karnataka has actually, actually set the template for opening up. It was the state that really showed the way in terms of opening up the first green zones a few weeks ago. So this should actually be pretty easy. Tell us about the unlock plan in Karnataka.
Well, in fact, things will be very easy, Shiv, because Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa already has made sure that many things over here, almost 90% of what we're talking about, what other states will only be opening on the 8th of June are already functioning here. You're talking about shops and establishments and factories. Everything is functioning since the past 2.5 odd weeks. Now, on 8th of June is what many, let's put it this way, Shiv, we have a BJP government over here. Chief Minister Yediyurappa has very clearly stated that whatever directives are given from the centre, they will completely follow them. So you're talking about places of worship, you're talking about hotels, you're talking about restaurants. They will all open on the 8th of June. We are just waiting now. The Karnataka government is waiting for directives on the standard operating procedures that will be issued from the centre. And based on that, the state here will then issue that to all the places. They have actually asked places of worship especially to get ready. They have given them a minimum set of standard operating procedures that they need to follow, especially restaurants. However, a bigger disappointment, Shiv, is that gyms, in fact, the government of Karnataka was planning to open gyms as well, but later on the Chief Minister backtracked saying, we will wait for confirmation from the centre. But Shiv, another very important point is this. While the MHA directives state that people can actually travel from state to state, it also allows the state governments to take their own decision, keeping in mind the cases over here. And Karnataka is still steadfast in its decision that people from Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and also Gujarat will not be able to enter Karnataka because of the cases that are rising over there, and also because Karnataka's surge is basically because of interstate travelers, primarily from Maharashtra, then Tamil Nadu, Delhi and Gujarat. So these are the decisions that they have taken, and we have to wait for June 8th when things really open up.
Nolan, stay with me. Thanks very much for that. Well, despite the centre's Unlock India 1.0 plan, and we don't want to call it lockdown anymore because this is in effect India's unlocking plan. Maharashtra might continue with strict curbs in red zones because it is the state with the highest, by far the highest number of cases. Sources in Maharashtra's government have told India Today curbs are likely to continue in the red zones of the state, including Mumbai and Pune, until further orders, because Maharashtra continues to see a very steep daily rise in COVID-19 cases. The state recorded 2,940 cases and 99 deaths in the 24 hours since yesterday. This takes the state's total number of cases to more than 65,000 with nearly 2,200 deaths. Mumbai, which is the worst hit city in the country, has seen 1,510 new cases and 54 deaths in the last 24 hours. And with this, the city's case tally has crossed the 38,000 mark, while deaths have surpassed the 1,200 mark.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.